Hey, this is U.S. Olympic gold medalist Tara Davis Woodhull.
And I'm U.S. Paralympic gold medalist Hunter Woodhull.
As athletes, our lives are about having a clear path.
And a team that you can absolutely trust.
So when it came to getting the best mortgage,
we chose PennyMac.
PennyMac is proud to be the official mortgage provider of Team USA and you.
Learn more at pennymac.com. PennyMac Loan Services, LLC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 35953. Licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. Conditions and restrictions may apply.
Magnesium supplements? You've mastered the basics. Now it's time to optimize. If you're serious about dialing in your health, upgrading your magnesium isn't optional. It's the key to leveling up your whole body. That's where Solaray Magnesium Glycinate comes in. MagGly from the #1 magnesium brand in health food stores. Solaray has a 50-year legacy of delivering quality and trust in every capsule. Each ingredient is triple tested for identity, purity, and potency in Solaray's GMP certified facility in Ogden, Utah. That means what's on the label is what's in your bottle. No guesswork, just premium MagGly. Plus, it's chelated in-house for powerful muscle, bone, and relaxation support that's designed for optimal absorption and gentle digestion. It's the upgrade your routine's been waiting for. Shop Solaray Magnesium Glycinate on Amazon or Solaray.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
It never happens at a good time. The pipe bursts at midnight. The heater quits on the coldest night. Suddenly, you're overwhelmed. That's when HomeServe is here. For $4.99 a month, you're never alone. Just call their 24/7 hotline and a local pro is on the way. Trusted by millions, HomeServe delivers peace of mind when you need it most. For plans starting at just $4.99 a month, go to homeserve.com. That's homeserve.com. Not available everywhere. Most plans range between $4.99 to $11.99 a month your first year. Terms apply on covered repairs.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC. SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
Reminiscence a mission this day and age. Kelly and Thelma, and we're turning the page. We're talking family matters. It's about those times. Telling what happened. Read between the lines. Come on by with Kelly and me. Welcome to the family. Take us out, Kelly. Woo! Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family.
I'm Thelma.
And I'm Kelly.
And in the 90s, we starred in a little sitcom you may have heard of called Family Matters.
Yes. Now, today, we're going to rewatch Season 1, Episode 7, Body Damage, where Rachel gets into a little fender bender in Carl's vintage police car and has to fix the damage before he finds out.
But before we get into that, I want to know, what up with you, girl? What happened this week?
Okay, I've been waiting to tell you this because I've been noticing something over the years.
Okay.
I think people who drive eco-friendly cars, something is wrong with them.
And why do you say that, Kelly?
They're crazy.
Let's cut to the chase.
Doesn't matter whether they're in front of a police car, in a school parking lot, or in front of a church. They drive like they on the Autobahn.
Okay. Are you saying they're driving too fast for your liking?
No, they're just reckless. I mean, they will run you
reckless,
over.
You say? Go ahead. I'm listening.
I see where you're going with this.
No, you don't.
And I really don't understand subtlety that well.
And I'm not being that subtle. Shall I just come out with it?
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Somebody told me
what?
that you were a demon behind the wheel when you first started driving, young lady. I hear that somebody had to re-dye their hair because they had the nerve to go out with you for a drive. And apparently you don't have to put your foot into the tank to go to the next stop sign, is what I hear. I'm just saying.
Let me just put this
I
out
just
there.
heard he had to dye his hair a couple of times because it turned white while he was in the car with you. I mean, there was just some crazy stuff going on. Now, this is your faux brother I'm talking about, just so we're clear.
You gonna take Darius? First of all,
Darius?
This is who?
I know you didn't say Darius.
Oh,
your
I was
other
about to
faux
say,
brother.
Oh, okay. I was about to
The
say
one that I birthed.
JD.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So look, anything that I am is because that's what you made me. That's how you told me how to drive.
Don't even try it. I did
And
not
you know
teach your
that's the
butt how to
truth.
drive.
Listen.
I
Yes,
drive
it
a
is.
fast car, but I was good and grown when I started.
Okay, Tracy Chapman.
Now, I did not teach you how to drive. Who taught you how to drive, girl? Because I know I wasn't that crazy.
Listen, I learned by watching you.
You had to pay somebody. Just go and tell somebody. You had to pay somebody to teach you.
Listen, all of y'all Sunday drivers, get off the road.
Oh, yep, because Kelly coming.
Correct.
Kelly coming.
Right. Get out of here.
Out the way. Well, girl,
all right.
That is truly interesting. I'm glad I got a chance to front you on your stuff, trying to talk about other people. But I am through with my trainer. Child, this girl has lost her mind. Apparently, she thinks I'm 20 years younger than I am. And she is trying to teach me to be really bendy, like a pretzel. Now, in my youth, I was as bendy as they come. I will pat myself on the back for that. But girl, now it just pops completely out of the socket. She don't get it. I got to get her off me.
I got to stop you here because maybe these people out here who don't know you, you have trained this trainer to treat you this way because I don't know if you remember me working out with you and walking with you where you try to run me into the ground. This is in my prime before I had
young.
kids.
You were supposed to be able to hang.
Who?
You.
Hang out with Jackie Joyner Kersey? You should have told me before you got me out there.
I thought you can hang.
I'm not an Olympian.
Yeah, I found that out.
Right.
You're barely a walkathon. Oh, man.
Okay.
Those were the days.
It was.
But let's talk about this show, girl.
Let's talk about it.
Today's episode is called Body Damage. Now, not my personal body. We're talking about a car here, so don't get it twisted.
Okay.
It was written by Ken Kuda and directed by the late James O'Keefe. Do you remember James?
I do.
Yeah. It aired on November 10th, 1989. Now, Kelly, what was going on that week in 1989?
Well, you know, I always love my little facts.
I know you do.
Okay, so Babyface and Miss Jackson, If You're Nasty, were still on the top of the Billboard R&B charts.
I like how you said that. It was almost like If You're Nasty was a last name.
It's not? Oh.
What else happened, girl?
Okay, earlier that week on Tuesday, November 7th, Lawrence Douglas Wilder made history by being elected the first Black governor in the U.S.
Wow.
And he was governor of Virginia from 1990 to 1994.
Geez, that wasn't that long ago, huh?
It wasn't?
Not really, when you think about it.
Okay, so another major historical event happened on November 9th.
What was that?
It was decided that the Berlin Wall would come down.
Oh.
On November 10th, the day the episode aired, demolition had already begun, and folks were crossing the border from East Germany into West Berlin freely.
That must have been really something. I remember it. I remember. Gorbachev, what was it? Bring that wall down. Tear down that wall, or whatever he said.
Right. Yeah.
I certainly understand as a Black woman, a Black person, when that freedom is not there and when that freedom is there. So I know that that must have been a great thing for them. I wish I had asked Rosetta about it because she was actually around when everything was going on. She probably had a really wonderful insight into it. But I remember it when I was in Germany a few years ago. I did go to the Berlin Wall. It was unfortunately, it was during COVID, so I wouldn't get out of the car. But we got as close as we could get. And that was probably more impactful because you see how massive that wall was.
Right.
And it's funny how barriers, we're dealing with our own, but how that barrier kept people of like minds apart. So.
Yeah. And now that all this time later, we were asking to tear down walls then. Now we're trying to build walls.
Now we're trying to build them up. Yep.
Okay, so enough about the ancient history. Let's get into this episode.
First things first, we have to acknowledge that this is another pre-Urkel cold open. I'm sorry, this makes no sense to me. He hasn't been introduced, but at least Carl calls him by his name this time. We know he's Steve, and we also know he hangs out with a duck, which is always good to know. Okay?
He takes the baths with the real live duck, which was crazy. I think that's the beginning of the shenanigans on the show.
The duck wasn't even wet. That's what I'm trying to figure out. There was no water dripping nowhere.
Well, I think that's real, right? Duck feathers don't really get wet, do they?
Well, if you pull a duck out the bathtub, you mean to tell me he's not going to drip?
Why are you asking me all these deep questions? I don't know.
Because you're supposed to be deep. That's why you're a co-host.
Okay.
You're deep.
Okay.
It just seems odd to me because we don't know him yet. Well, anyway, it's syndication, so everything goes.
Okay. But before we get into the episode, I just wanted to touch in on one thing. The opening credits.
Okay.
Now, on this episode, you were billed and as. Can you talk a little bit about why you chose to ask for that particular credit? This is a little behind the scenes Hollywood tea.
Well, first of all, Joe Marie and Reggie were the stars of the show. But work-wise, I probably worked more than both of them at that point in my career. And I worked with Bob some years ago doing Bosom Buddies. So this was one of the times, it's not always your choice. Don't think you get a part on the show. Yeah, I want to be and as or with or and or first or second.
Right.
That doesn't always happen. But we were in a position on this particular show to ask for and as. And it's simply, if you can't be first or second, be last. And it kind of just distinguishes you. So instead of just Thelma Hopkins at the top, it's and Thelma Hopkins as Rachel.
So you get your own moment.
So you get your own moment.
I love that.
But a lot of times it's really at the executive producer's discretion. Like on Clean Slate, I didn't know what credit I got because, of course, Laverne is a star and George is a star.
Right.
And I ended up getting the end credits with George, which were with Thelma Hopkins and George Wallace.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that just gives you a little extra.
You and George Wallace together.
So we're funny. We're funny. We're funny.
Oh, indeed.
That's a little thing. So your managers can ask for it. Some people are in that position where they can just say, this is what I want. If you want me, this is what you know.
Right.
We've never gone in like that. But most of the time, we've gotten good placement as far as that. But it's usually at the executive producer's discretion.
Okay.
You can ask for it, you know.
Well, you could ask for it, honey, because you just all that.
Well, yeah. I can ask, but that's all I can do. I ain't giving up the job for it, I tell you that.
I know that's right. And listen, baby, this person Thelma Hopkins, this person this, and somebody else, right?
Right, okay.
So in this episode, we found out another somewhat surprising thing about Rachel. She's also a complete gearhead.
Yeah. That's so believable, isn't it? I mean, it's
but
funny.
Also, how much the character is willing to try new things and going in new directions, specifically because she's living in like the Midwest. This is like,
it's true. Chicago.
Isn't this one of those towns where you like work for like a steel company for the rest of your life? She's like, does like a million things.
Right. But I think that she was probably trying to find her way too, because she was always coming up with something. And she did want to be a contributor to the household. She just didn't always pick the best ways to do it. This particular time, she's taking an adult education class. Obviously, she's a savant and she's taken like the class for 20 minutes and she can rebuild the car.
Yeah.
But that's believable.
Yeah.
The funny thing about it is that although Rachel is a gearhead in this, I actually like old cars. And I like the fact that Rachel was always trying to try this or try that or try the other. Now it's necessary. You know, back then you got a career, you stuck with your career till the wheels fell off.
Right.
Now, what they call it, multiple streams of income. You cannot do one thing anymore. You need to do 5 or 6. Everybody's a Jamaican as far as I'm concerned. Everybody's a Jamaican. You need 5, 6 jobs just to pay your bills. Just to pay your bills. So she was actually ahead of the curve.
And you were looking completely fabulous while doing it.
Well, you know, darling. I must say, Gina, wherever you are, girl, you were doing your thing. I got seriously Annie Hall in this episode. Seriously.
So at the beginning, you're studying how to repair a car, and then suddenly you need to use it.
Yes.
How convenient.
Yes. Well, you know, Carl brings home a vintage car because he is the safest driver in all of Chicago. And he gets to drive this beautiful car in the Columbus Day Parade. And because he is the best driver in all of the safest driver, I'm not going to say the best, the safest driver in all of Chicago, he gets to be the lead car in the parade. So he's really excited about that. And Rachel's really excited too because she loves this car.
So did you lean on any of your inside knowledge from being from Motor City to inform this episode?
Well, no, I mean, I'm from the Motor City. I never built a motor or anything. And I left the city because I wanted to drive a car, not build one.
Right.
Luckily, Motown was there too, so I got out of it. But that's my growing up. When I grew up, cars were prolific. Everybody drove a Lincoln, a Cadillac, a this, a that.
Mhm.
And they were all made in Detroit. So that's really a part of my history. But more so, I've learned more about cars from my son because he's the real gearhead. I thought it was funny that they basically have me channeling him. It's talking about the mileage and the this and the the gloss and the curve of the, I don't know, nothing. I do like old cars. I remember when we first moved out here and I was driving, I don't know, something really little in a Ford, a Pinto maybe. I don't know what it was. But anyway, I remember we had in our dining room pictures of classic cars. Just because they were beautiful. We had like a Bugatti, and a Accord, a Duesenberg or something, but we had them on the dining room walls and they were really, really beautiful. And I always liked that, even though I didn't have a beautiful classic car, that I could look at those.
But you
So
did.
I ended up getting one.
Yeah. I used to love that car. Your gray Mercedes. What year and what?
Oh God, I don't remember what year that was.
That car was fabulous.
That was my diesel that I bought from Dick Smothers. I remember he had come down. I was dating a friend of his at the time, which is why we were hanging out so much. But he had come down and I saw the car and I just fell in love with it. It was so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it was a diesel, just a big old thing.
Right.
And I told him, I said, if you ever decide to sell that car, please call me first. And a year later he called, he said, you still want the car? I said, yes.
That car was beautiful.
I bought that car. And later on, we bought a 1960 Porsche.
I remember that being parked.
Yeah. And Dick Smothers was the one that picked the car for me. I had been dealing with Beverly Hills Porsche and they had called me about a car that they wanted me to come in and see. And I called Dickie to tell him about it. He said, well, I'm coming in town. Let me go look at it first. And so he went down there and he put both of them up on the lift. And then he called me. He said, okay, you don't want that car. You want this car. And he said, here's how much you offer them for it. Offer them cash. Don't back down. Don't offer them anything else. Just hang up the phone. So that's what I did. And 2 months later, they called and said, you still want the car? So I did end up with classics.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I didn't I had remember my first car, that Nissan Maxima?
Nissan Maxima.
Baby.
But you drove that sucker till the wheels came off.
Car,
that was the first week, of course. But
I used to love that car.
I know.
Oh my gosh. That's a new level of freedom.
It is. There's something about, especially a new car. It's just like, oh my God, it's such a great feeling. Such a great feeling.
Okay, so back to the episode.
Yeah. How about
Enough
that?
about us. So in this episode, Rachel convinces Harriet that she needs to go on a little joyride in Carl's precious car.
And she does a little back and forth with her sister, which I think kind of shows you their little dynamic when she says, I just love these old cars. Each one has its own personality and quirks. Kind of like men. That's true. Some don't look like much, but can really move. And others are really flashy, but there's nothing under the hood. Lord knows, I've had a couple of those. But that's her little way of getting her sister into her frame of mind,
Yeah.
Which is not always easy because Harriet is the sensible one. She is the one that rescues us when we get ourselves a little under.
Right.
But it's fun to see Harriet, too.
Get a little
step out of character.
Take away. Yeah. Yeah. Because, Black women, you're always forced to be very grounded and like kind of be sober minded because everybody's depending on you to make smart choices and do that. So, to see her kind of, you could tell she wants to do it deep down. But it was really sweet, like the relationship that Rachel and Harriet had.
Yeah.
It was sweet.
We find out later that part of that is that we have things in common. But as characters, I really love their dynamic. And the funny thing is, I'm the older of the two. but it's so easy for me to play her little sister because I'm
Right.
so nuts and she's so sensible
Right.
most of the time when
Right,
I'm
right.
not little sistering her into
Right.
doing something.
Mhm.
But yeah, I loved playing her sister. And, Harriet's very take charge anyway. So
Yeah.
it's easy to acquiesce to that, especially when that's the part that you're supposed to play,
Sure.
which allowed me to have more fun as Rachel because she could
Mhm.
be silly because she always had Harriet. And she had Carl, too. They were always going to take care of her.
Right. Okay, so then Harriet finally agrees
Mhm.
to allow Rachel to take the car for a spin. And then what happens?
Well, as soon as they say nothing's gonna happen, the next sound is a crash. I mean,
Right.
that's just where we're going. But I was so tickled being in that car. It reminded me of when I got my first new car out here.
Uh-huh.
I was in the car. I was so excited. Plus,
Yeah.
I paid cash for it. I'd
Uh-huh.
never done that before.
Uh-huh.
I was so tickled with myself. And that's what that scene reminded me of because I was just that tickled.
Okay, so she goes out of the driveway. The very next scene, we see them backing into the driveway.
Can't even get out the driveway.
Right. Then you back up, and there's a huge dent on the driver's front of the car.
You see the first thing she did, ooh, you in trouble.
That's one thing I hate about being the oldest. No matter what goes wrong,
It's
you're
your fault.
responsible. Why did you
It's
let
your
this
fault.
person do this? And everybody kind of understands that.
So, why did you let your sister play in traffic? You're a mama. Why'd you let her play in traffic? Of course, I couldn't say that out loud.
Right. Exactly. And you left her
But
in
yeah,
my
everything
care.
is your fault.
Right.
Everything.
Hmm.
Even if you weren't there. I could be out of town. It was still my fault. At least according to them.
Now, here's another thing I noticed. Again, the recurring theme is that you're going to be fabulous whether you are wearing a fabulous Annie Hole get up or some overalls, which is the next scene. You're like dressed up in these overalls, but it's like the most couture overalls you've ever seen. Who was this made by? Bob Mackie?
Apparently so. Gina had people. She had people. She was in touch with folks. I loved
Baby,
it.
that thing was tailored
The
down.
equestrian pants and the little boots and the vest and the whole. She was
And your
on
little
one.
headband that you always had. Oh, yeah,
She
you
was
put
on
together.
one. She really did a great job. Yeah. And I loved, because I was a tomboy growing up, scenes like this were always fun for me because I could think there was a little danger involved, even though I know there was, because there's crew and, they're right there with you with the filament and they show you exactly what to do.
Right.
But it sure felt powerful to have to fire that sucker up every time.
You're like, I'm not a nut, but I do play one on TV.
Yes. And I
Which
do
one
play
I
with
love?
fire. Oh, I love stuff like that.
Yeah?
I love learning how to do something or fake something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all that was. It was all show. But I had to actually learn how to handle the blowtorch. I had
Right.
to actually learn what to touch in order to get the effect that they wanted to get, the
Right.
filament and all that. So it was a little learning curve in there, but I find stuff like that fun. So
I noticed how much physical comedy you and Reggie had before the Steve character came on the show.
Yes, child. And I love it. That's one of the fun things is to be able to act and make people laugh without actually saying anything. I mean, I always appreciate that as an actor. I loved working with Reggie doing that. I especially loved working with Cindy Williams, Shirley of Laverne and Shirley, because she was primed for that sort of thing. She was up for anything. But I really started the more physical comedy with Nell Carter on Gimme a Break.
Yeah.
I mean, we started finding things together that we could do that tickled us. So we just started implementing it into the show. Actually, one of the things that we did became the intro of the show, where we get into this push and fight, and I push her through the kitchen door, and she comes back, picks me up, and throws me over the couch. And we did it the first time, and the producers didn't know, so they freaked out. They thought we were really fighting, and they were just like, "Oh no, what do we do? What do we do?" And we just busted out laughing. And we were like, "Oh, thank goodness!" But yeah, physical comedy is fun, and that's why I love watching my Reggie.
Did you get a chance to do that at all on Bosom Buddies?
A little.
Or because you were a model, you had to be like
No, but
modeling?
I mean, there were a couple of circumstances, like once we had an actual lion on the show,
Siegfried and Thelma?
Siegfried and Thelma. And while we were doing the scene, the lion was bolted to the floor. There was like a big bolt in the floor that held him, in his space. And the chain broke loose. And I mean, when I tell you we were crawling out of the scene. The lion didn't move, but we crawled out of that scene. I think Joel Zwick was our director then. And
Are you serious?
He said, that's the way you should have been acting the whole time. Because he was just, honey, when he broke loose, we were like little puddles of sweat. Just like, oh, help me, somebody.
Right.
I love this stuff. Love it, love it, love it. But I love the way she looks at me when we get out of the car and look at it. The look she gives me is so Jo Marie. You know, it's like, well, see what had happened was.
Right.
And then you were quite a character in this too. You are something else, girl. Laura Winslow is like a con man, crook. I don't know what you do. What you doing up in that room where you learning all this stuff.
All right.
I mean, feet first. And the blackmailing your own mother.
Well, I remember in the beginning, they told me that they really wanted the character to be kind of a carbon copy, a young version of Jo Marie.
Well, girl, you did that.
So she running it.
And I love you you're so matter of fact about stuff. First of all, just the whole, an opportunity like this comes along once, maybe twice in a lifetime. What do you want, Judy? I want a bike. What do you want, Judy? A pony. And of course, your poor brother. But he gets him a dirt bike out of it.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. There's one time when Eddie actually does something that's out of characters when he comes downstairs with that note that he said he has to have something that holds up in court. I was like, what? Where'd that line come from?
Right. That's the smartest thing he said the whole 9 seasons, huh?
Oh, girl. So, this becomes the whole scene after this of Jo Marie trying to wrangle everybody so that Carl doesn't find out that we tore up the car, basically.
Right.
And she is so funny.
Hilarious.
Oh, my gosh. Her and Eddie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad enough with you and the girls, but when Eddie comes in and she does the whole thing with the eye winking, when she's taking it over and telling him, oh, you are messed up. Well, you are grounded. You're grounded. And she just go like she had Tourette's or something.
Right.
And the look on his face, I just love how he plays it.
This is just that people don't do that much
dumbfounded.
I love
like,
that.
What is going on? And then she says to Carl, I don't think we should talk about this anymore. Let's just go to bed and get some sleep, and we'll talk about it tomorrow when you cool off. It's like how she turned the whole thing around. It just made me laugh. It made me laugh. I guess it didn't make you laugh because you ain't contributing.
No, I'm listening to your story getting wrapped up, and now I got to think. Okay.
You're supposed to think while I'm rapping.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Carl, he walks in, and he almost finds out that everything goes down, right?
Because of Eddie, of course. But when they get outside, Rachel has pulled it off.
Were you surprised at how good that little bender looked after Rachel had finished with it? I was like,
because it's not realistic. My son tells me that there is no way all that could have been done overnight. If we'd had 4 or 5 people helping us, maybe.
Right.
And everything that a car repair shop would have in order to bake the paint and
right. Because
there is
she must have been a welder. She was like, a total savant.
And she'd only been going to school 6 weeks. I tell you, she's a savant.
Yeah. So then they finally get to the part where they have to come clean and tell Carl.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to skip over this because this is one of Carl's moments that just makes me cry.
What?
He is so funny. Well, first of all, when he comes back in with the fender over his shoulder, and just the look he is, because I'm going to be doing a lot of yelling. And then when he comes back, him and his posturing, nodding, he starts at the front door nodding.
Yeah.
And nods on everybody in the house, goes, and takes his time. I love that. Yeah. He didn't rush it. He made sure you knew exactly who he was nodding at with disgust each time. I think the only one that got away was Richie and Mother Winslow because she wasn't in the scene.
Right. So Harriet and Rachel take full responsibility. Right. And the kids
sucks
do too.
All the wind out of his because he was getting ready to go there. And when she takes responsibility, it just sucks all the air out.
Right. Because can't yell at nobody.
Right.
Okay. So then they didn't rope these kids in, and the kids didn't do anything. So I'm trying to figure out how the kids take responsibility too, even though it wasn't their fault.
Oh, yeah, blackmailed your mama. That's why.
Well, did the mama wreck the car or not?
Hey, did she feed you the next day? I'm just asking because perhaps you live somewhere else.
See, this is what happens when you get into fights with black women.
They just go there.
They're going to bring up, I thought you was going to let bygones be bygones.
No, bygones is back.
You done brought up something that happened 20 years ago.
That's my job.
Oh.
And I take my job seriously.
Okay.
But I love the fact that when he comes around, as soon as Harriet gives a big speech and everything and the music starts, it's like, oh, it's our moment.
Right.
It's our
But
moment.
it doesn't happen, right?
Well, because basically the moment is that what he's really upset about is that he was left out, that nobody, of course, we're not going to tell him. We know what would have happened. He'd have blown up. He even admits it.
Right.
But he's hurt that he's not a part of the solution. Well, Carl, you practically never are, but
right.
But we try to give you some respect anyway.
Right.
But as upset as he is about the car,
Right.
he's more upset of that feeling of being left out and of us not coming to him with our problems.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we know why, but
because he would have went off.
Because he make it a bigger problem. That's why.
Exactly.
But still, I do like that they always bring it back to family, that we depend on each other and that we can't not do that. We have to rely on each other and always
that's
pull
all
together.
we got is each other.
That's all we got, girl. That's all we got. And wait a minute. I love the fact that Carl ends up crashing the car too.
Child, this family is full of bad drivers.
And fast drivers. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I repeat myself? I'm sorry. I must have said that.
I thought you was going to let bygones be bygones.
I already told you bygones is back. What's the issue? Get with the program, sister girl.
So, Thelma, I noticed that you had a lot of episodes surrounding your character at the beginning of the show. Do you think it's because the producers and the writers got to see you do so much on Bosom Buddies?
Well, I'm sure that had something to do with it. I mean, that's the reason I actually did not have to audition for this show. It was wonderful having done a show with them.
Nice.
And I think probably of the three adults, I was the silliest. And they knew that I would just do whatever. So it was easy to write for. I call myself the pre-Steve, pre-Urkel, you know.
And now a little birdie told me that you also had some other antics that you used to use before Family Matters to make sure that you were definitely written in to episodes in a way that you felt was appropriate.
Well, I'm not going to say it was appropriate, but it was the way I went down at that time in my life. I had no fear.
Okay.
Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, for Bosom Buddies, it's a wonder Bob ever gave me another job. Because
I could tell by the way you bringing this up that you was cutting up.
I know. He came over to see a show I was doing with Eileen Brennan, New Kind of Family, with Rob Lowe and Janet Jackson. And then he kind of wrote a role for me on Bosom Buddies, but it was supposed to be recurring. So when I went in to meet with Chris Thompson and the writers, I didn't know it was supposed to be recurring. So I just assumed I was on every show. And when they told me I wouldn't be, I was like, what? Well, you can't do that. Black people will really be upset with you if they see a black girl 1 week and they don't see her for 2 or 3 weeks.
You played the black card?
I played the black card, girl. Then I went from that to, well, I guess I'm just going to have to sit outside till you change your mind because I think I should be in every show. And then I went from that to, or I could call the NAACP and tell them. I was just being stupid. My manager could not even believe that I had the audacity to say that out loud with my outside voice. But guess what? By the time I got home, I was a member of the regular cast. Sometimes you just got to be ballsy.
Closed mouth
don't get fed. That's right.
So we all been going about this the wrong way. I've been going on auditions like an idiot. All I needed to do was stay to sit in.
I wouldn't do it now. Because you get sat on, okay?
Oh, no.
But back then, I didn't care. I just had a lot of nerve. Plus, I had a contract with ABC, which made it a little easier to be ballsy.
Yeah. Right. I can't believe you did that. I mean, for those of you who don't know Thelma is probably one of the most most liked people in the industry. So that you would even do that, it's like, you know that emoji with the whole top blown off of the head?
That's kind of how Mark looked, my manager, when I told him. He was like, you did what?
I'm going to call the NAACP.
Hold on, I got a call from Bob Boyette.
God.
You already take magnesium. Smart move. But here's the thing. Not all Mag-Gly is created equal. Solaray's magnesium glycinate is fully chelated, never blended or buffered. That means it's actually designed for optimal absorption and gentle digestion. If you're ready to upgrade your muscle, bone, and relaxation support, choose a quality Mag-Gly that's perfectly chelated for ultimate absorption. Shop Solaray Magnesium Glycinate on Amazon or solaray.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
New year, new you? Begin at loseweightnow.co and make this the year you finally feel in control. With Orderly Meds, access-proven GLP-1 tirzepatide starting as low as $149 a month. It's simple, doctor-guided, and delivered right to your home so you can finally focus on feeling healthier and more confident. Get started today at loseweightnow.co. Individual results may vary. Visit loseweightnow.co and get started today. That's loseweightnow.co.
Now I'd like to introduce you to Meaningful Beauty, the famed skincare brand created by iconic supermodel Cindy Crawford. It's her secret to absolutely gorgeous skin. Meaningful Beauty makes powerful and effective skincare simple, and it's loved by millions of women. It's formulated for all ages and all skin tones and types, and it's designed to work as a complete skincare system, leaving your skin feeling soft, smooth, and nourished. I recommend starting with Cindy's full regimen, which contains all 5 of her best-selling products, including the amazing youth-activating Melon Serum. This next generation serum has the power of melon leaf stem cell technology. It's melon leaf stem cells encapsulated for freshness and released onto the skin to support a visible reduction in the appearance of wrinkles. With thousands of glowing 5-star reviews, why not give it a try? Subscribe today and you can get the amazing Meaningful Beauty system for just $49.95. That includes our introductory 5-piece system, free gifts, free shipping, and a 60-day money-back guarantee. All of that available at meaningfulbeauty.com.
Now, let's get into a couple of funky facts.
Funky facts. I love funky facts.
So, in 1989, a vintage 1936 Ford Model 68, which was the base model for the car that they used on the show.
Oh, really?
Was worth about $25,000 in premium condition.
Wow.
In 2025, that same car might be as high as $65,000 to $70,000.
Yeah, I can believe that.
What you got?
The first police car ever used in America was an electric-powered wagon in Akron, Ohio in 1890. Isn't that crazy? Wait, 1899.
Electric-powered.
An electric-powered wagon in 1899. Is that crazy? So, in reality, Rachel, to just even think she could do what she did on this episode, it would take 1 to 3 years to learn a basic level of competency in vintage body repair, and 5+ years to be at an advanced level. And in 2025, it would cost minimum $5,000 to just get the basic level of expertise. And this genius did it all overnight.
I love it. But, honey, this just underlines the magic of Black women.
Mm-hmm.
Black girl magic altogether. Because guess what? You're going to get it done.
Because Halle Berry was the only one. She could throw it in a skillet and fry it up in a pan and all that stuff. We can do all that while we're twirling. Well, we asked you guys to call in, and call in you did. So we are so excited to see what you want to know from us. Here we go.
Hello. Nice to meet both of you. A huge fan. thank you for giving us your talent and showing us how to be a family, basically. My question is, being that 90s fashion is kind of coming back, how does it feel kind of watching the younger era think that they have something new when you guys kind of, like that was original, you started something with fashion. So how does it feel watching all the younger kids kind of wear the things that you guys would wear back in the day?
Well, I'm definitely going to let Telma talk about this because her fashions have made it through all of the decades, and she was fabulous in all her fashions, no matter what time, day, or hour. She was still cute. So I'll let you take this one because I was looking kind of crazy.
That was only because somebody else was dressing me. I like how you said all the decades. Thank you, Kelly. I mean, I did love the fact that we had an original look. My character Rachel had a definite look, but I really thought that she had borrowed some of her look from Annie Hall because she had that kind of the saddle shoes and the socks and all that stuff. And it's nice. I think kids are wearing a lot less than we did in the 90s, but it's nice to think that we influenced them somehow. I don't necessarily see my look nowadays that much, but it certainly set a trend at that time. What do you think, Kel? I mean, you're into clothes much more than I am.
When I was looking at the show, I don't know if my 90s look kind of made it out of the 90s because, I mean, it was like some sideways black boots with a side pony.
But you were a kid,
No, this is real talk, baby. Telma looked like she was on Dynasty. I looked like I was on, what's my people? Once was a story with a band named Juliet. Baby. Ooh, Turl. It didn't work.
So what you're saying is your look did not influence anybody. Is that what you're saying?
I hope it didn't influence anybody. Is what I'm saying.
Well, we hope that is some kind of answer for you. I don't know if it's the best one, but we didn't promise the best answer, just an answer. Okay. But thank you so much for calling in. I mean, we really appreciate it. And we're just excited to be able to, in a way, talk to our fans. So thank you for calling in.
So with that, we're going to bid everybody adieu.
Adieu what? Oh, you mean like bye?
What's going on?
Well, Kelly is giving me kind of a look that tells me that that's it for this week, y'all. But stay tuned.
We're going to rewatch each episode of Family Matters week by week, so make sure to rewatch the show right along with us. You can catch it on Hulu and TBS and a bunch of other places.
Welcome to the Family with Telma and Kelly is a production of iHeart Podcasts and Audiation. It's hosted by me, Telma Hopkins.
And me, Kelly Williams.
Our executive producers are Sandy Smallins for Audiation, Adam Rip, J.D. Hopkins, who also happens to be my son and Kelly's faux bro, and Jonathan Strickland for iHeart Podcasts.
The show is produced by Telma and I, but our series producer is Ireland Meacham, and our theme song's lyrics were written by J.D. Hopkins and Adam Rip. The theme song was scored and mixed by Matt Noble, who's also our series mixer.
And we'd like to thank Nikki Etour and the entire iHeart Podcast team. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Follow us on Instagram at Welcome to the Family Pod for behind-the-scenes photos and more bonus content.
And don't forget to leave us a voicemail at our website, thefamilymatterspod.com. We want to hear your thoughts and favorite memories of the show. And let us know if you need advice, because we're good for some bad advice. We might be able to help you with your own family matters.
And make sure to rate and review us wherever you're listening. We are so excited to have you guys along for the ride.
Yes, welcome to the family, y'all. And we'll see you next time.
Welcome to the family.
Audiation.
You know that feeling when a story just grabs you and won't let go? That's the kind of drama that's waiting for you on Disney Plus Hulu. Mysterious post-apocalyptic thrillers like the acclaimed Hulu original, Paradise. Action-adventure dramas like Daredevil Born Again. and iconic medical dramas like Grey's Anatomy. Or maybe you want your drama with a side of comic relief with shows like High Potential. Find the drama you want on Disney Plus and Hulu with a bundle subscription. Terms apply.
Ready to feel healthier this year? Find everything you need at loseweightnow.co. Orderly Meds gives you access to proven GLP-1 medications at a lower cost, backed by real medical professionals. And yes, they ship in discreet, private packaging, because it's nobody's business how you're improving yourself. And your journey deserves dignity, privacy, and confidence. Get started today at loseweightnow.co. Individual results may vary. Visit loseweightnow.co and get started today. That's loseweightnow.co.
Every year, people make the same fitness goal, train harder. But most fail because recovery gets ignored, especially connective tissue that muscles depend on to grow. Frog Fuel was developed by Navy SEALs and perfected by a Stanford-trained scientist, delivering 15 grams of nanohydrolyzed collagen protein that digests in just 15 minutes. It's science-backed and ready to drink. No mixing, no sugar, no junk. This year, don't just train harder, recover smarter. Go to frogfuel.com. That's frogfuel.com. Stay unbreakable.
Janice Torres here.
And I'm Austin Hankwitz. We host the podcast Mind the Business Small Business Success Stories, produced by Ruby Studio in partnership with Intuit QuickBooks.
We're back for season 4 to talk to some incredible small business owners.
The big thing about working in tech is that it's ever evolving, ever changing. Everyone's a rookie. That's how fast the industry is changing. So what I'm really excited about is to be part of that change.
So listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed Human.